We are live. Well, you guys are here. I have had quite the week. I'm missing 2 teeth. I don't know if you can tell. But about my teeth, I never had any adult teeth here. So there's just had a dentist put a screw there and an implant. So this last week I was eating an apple and I freaking my implant came out and I must have swallowed it. I don't know. So I have to go to a dentist and get that fixed. But is what it is. I mean, whatever. I lost all of my material possessions in this last week. And it's actually not that bad. It's not as bad as you would think. I'm looking at the camera like, I mean, Gucci bags, Gucci bucket hats, Burberry button-ups. Expensive Express suits and jackets. Everything I had, books, bongs, and all kinds of stuff. I lost it all. I went hitchhiking around Colorado, and with the cat, it just wasn't that easy. So I got within 4 hours of Steamboat Springs, but I just wasn't. I wasn't sleeping. It was really hard to like turn that worry off that you have. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but so anyways, I basically ended up just flying myself back to Illinois. This is the best place for me and my cat. So I grabbed a job at a sandwich place just so I could, eat every day and have some money and stuff. I'm actually in a really nice little setup here. Fridge, microwave. I got all that stuff. Nice little cooler. Everything's stocked with food. So, and that's it. What you see is what I have. I got my cats out here in this beautiful backyard here, where I do Tai Chi, yoga, meditation, and stuff. I'll make some videos of that. But everything is what it is. You just go with the flow and stuff. Everything I've been through in this last week. I'm the perfect example. Then I guess, it's no bullshit. Yeah, I could have rented a car and drove all my stuff up here and just did all that stuff, but I don't know. For some reason, I wanted to lose all of my material possessions, and I got exactly what I asked for. It's interesting too because I've had friends ask me like, was it easy to just give up all your stuff, or did you just be able just to walk away from it, or like how did you even come to this? And I just tell them like certain things, like my gun, my knife collection. I had a bunch of machetes and knives and stuff. That stuff was really easy to give up right away just because I knew I was never going to need it. I was never going to use it on somebody. So that stuff was easy. The Xbox, TV, all that stuff was easy to give up. There was things that I was hanging on to, like my like all my Japanese tea set stuff, for making matcha tea. I had a really nice library with like over 100 books. 20 of them were leather-bound books. I mean, they were at least $25 a book. ended up leaving those near a river in Durango. I couldn't carry everything with me. It just became so heavy. Um, but yeah, I don't feel that bad. I mean, I lost all my material stuff, but I used to feel like I lost everything. But I used to say that, but it's not true. I lost my material stuff, and I feel like I just crystallized as a person. Um, my physical appearance is different, but hey, you go away for a year, and everybody looks different. Nobody stays looking the same. But I feel healthy though. I feel good. Like I said, I'm eating, I'm sleeping. Yuki's safe. Uh, every morning I do meditation, tai chi, yoga. All day I meditate when I can. But I am working. I just put in 5 hours today. I just feel like I have a great perspective on life now. I'm much more humble. I was so focused on the wrong things, even when I knew it was wrong. That's why, it was freaking hard to do what I did. I don't recommend doing it the way I did, but I do recommend living minimalistically. I think it's just a healthier way to live. And also, too, for this last week where I spent hitchhiking around Colorado, um, something was real interesting. I mean, the homeless people right away knew what was up. I mean, as soon as they seen me touch ground, I mean, they were like, came over to me and, started talking to me, which is fine. It was because I was lost. I didn't know where to go. I'd gotten a ride to Durango out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Had a bunch of shit with me and ended up leaving priceless works of art. Um, I mean, I gave everything away. Everything I had, I gave it to people. Just because it was so heavy. Mostly because I was just like on the go and like everything had to be for survival. If it wasn't for survival, fuck it. And the first night was awful. I stayed the night in a shitty tent. My cat pissed on me. It was cold. I didn't get any sleep the first night. Second night, I slept in a bathroom stall. Um, and just didn't get any sleep because there's just people coming in and out of the bathrooms. Like, once they discover someone's there sleeping and stuff, they just can't leave the person alone. Um, and the third night, it's the same bathroom. There was like bugs crawling. It wasn't dirty, but it was just there were just like bugs and stuff, and I didn't get any sleep, and I was going crazy by the end of the third night. Like I hadn't slept in 3 days, so I was like just laying there, and I had already booked a flight for myself, so I knew all I had to do was just get through that night and get to the plane. But that night I was sleeping on a concrete floor, and they had this super bright lights in the bathroom that never turned off. And you were just, I mean, I was like tweaking at that point. Like I would hear people talking outside the bathrooms and go check, or I would close my eyes and my brain would be going like, I mean, this is 3 days of no sleep. You think after 3 days of no sleep, just laying down and closing your eyes, your body's gonna be like, oh, nice, finally get to sleep. Like, no, like your brain is freaking wired. Like, I don't know what natural amphetamines the body can produce, but I was fucking jacked up for 3 days just from being not having anywhere to sleep, not eating much, and I could have gotten through it, and it was starting to get better. I had gold to pawn, which I've already pawned, and basically have already used all the money to get myself just to a spot where I can just be comfortable. But my cat was just another story. It just wasn't. He wasn't eating. He wasn't sleeping. He wasn't drinking water much. He was, but it just was very little, and I just felt really bad for him. Because he suffered as much as I did, and it just wasn't fair for him. So I had my really good friend X, who's in my first mushroom trip. I mentioned him in my first mushroom trip at the end of the video. Lent me some money. I've already since paid him back for a plane ticket, and I left everything, and I got me and my cat on a plane and flew us to Illinois. So this is where I'm at for now. Like I said, I mean, I'm honestly, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm safe. That's really all that matters. I have a few debts to pay back, but all I got is time, and my mind isn't focused on things I should be focused on. I'm not so selfish anymore. I'm more humble. Oh, that's what I was gonna say too. Is that when I was hitchhiking around Colorado, the things that got me through those nights were the kindness of strangers. A guy I didn't know brought me to Durango. People I just met I didn't know showed me a real nice spot. They showed me the apple trees, the plum trees, the cherry trees. They smoked some weed with me. I met another couple in the morning who I didn't know, offered to drive me to Steamboat Springs. Yeah, I paid, but still, I mean, they didn't ask for much. I mean, I gave them more than they asked for, and they never even said thank you. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not worried about it. Robin. And then I met this lady as well, and she just said, "Hey, I'll give you all the money in my wallet, and if you meet me by my car." And she just told me she used to be homeless and this and that. So it's just really interesting when you're in that situation. Those small acts of kindness from strangers mean everything to somebody who's out there. And like I said, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, being in Colorado, if I was by myself, I probably could have, still could have been doing it and stuff. But just with the cat, it was really hard. I needed a stable place, and it was just really hard. I wasn't, without a car and limited funds and stuff like that. It was just really tough. So I just called it off. But I'm sorry, I kind of went missing on everybody. But I literally almost died. Like it was, I had these really bad blisters on my feet. I went to the hospital and got a tetanus shot just recently because I just was worried they weren't healing. But the doctors say they're not infected. Sorry I couldn't take you guys with me on the journey. It was very stressful. As you can tell, I look like almost a completely different person now. But at the same time, like, I feel like I'm much closer to my energies now. I did a lot of meditating when I was in Colorado, and I was really able to semi-liberate myself, in any situation. It doesn't matter if I mean, by the third day, I was getting heat stroke. I really wasn't feeling well. I was almost close to calling the ambulance because I just wasn't feeling well. But there were times where, I would just lay down because I wasn't sleeping, so I would just lay down and close my eyes during the day when I could. And there was this times where I would just release into the environment. Like I could just feel my energy just completely going with the flow. And it didn't matter whatever was going on, whether it was hot, whether I was cold, whether I was hungry, I was sleeping on a concrete floor. It didn't matter. Any of that didn't matter. As long as I was able to meditate and focus on the birds and the sound of the trees and the wind and the atmosphere and everything, like you can get lost in that. And that's basically like that's like liberation by like that's like kind of what happens when you die. Like as long as you can focus on that energy, then you can break the karmic cycle and basically spend eternity in nirvana or nothingness. Basically, you're just one with the universe. And so I got to see a nice little preview of it, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been eating meat recently. I got really, really skinny and really hungry, and but I'm I'm trying to find a good balance between everything. Sometimes I go really head forward into something if I believe in it. Um, Sometimes I don't really take into account to I gotta take it slow sometimes. But hey, is what it is, man. I'm honest. That's all I ever know how to be. I'm just a genuine person. I'm not worried about anything. Yeah, I'm missing teeth, but I don't even care. I don't care. This is my story, so is what it is. Anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for being here with me. I lost my flute. I lost it. Making an appearance. Oh, I was gonna smoke some weed with you guys, but I do want this video to upload. So I guess I'll just go ahead and end it here. So thanks for being here with me, guys. More content coming soon. I'm definitely gonna get back on my feet and stuff, and I'll be able to provide you guys with some content. I'm out here in the big city. I'm here in Chicago, so who knows? But all I know is that my life's gonna be interesting. So I'll try to document it for as long as I can for you guys. I'll even write a book someday. So, anyways, peace.